Okay, welcome back. This is Unit 7, Topic 5, where we are solving quadratic inequalities algebraically. So in example B, we have 2x squared plus 12x plus 13 is greater than 0. So I have a couple of ways that I could go about this. I know that I'm not going to be able to factor it because 2 times 13, that's going to give you 26. And if I think of the factors of 26, there's only two sets that I could use. Neither of them are ever going to give me a combination that gives me 12. So I can't do factoring. So let me take that out of the picture then. Okay. So that just leaves me really down to either completing the square or the quadratic formula. Taking the square root involves not having a linear term here. So I'm just going to throw that out for now. So let me just go ahead. I'm going to choose to go with completing the square, and then because the quadratic formula is just one of those that you kind of just quadratic formula actually comes about by completing the square as it is. So let's go ahead and take the 2x squared plus 12x. We're going to leave it how it is. We're going to move the 13 to the right. We're going to change that to an equal sign so it becomes minus 13. Now we're going to also take the 2 out of the picture. So we're going to take that and divide each of these by 2. I'm going to leave this part as the fraction because I don't want to do decimals until the very end if I can. Now the 12 over 2, that's going to give me 6. So we just factored a 2 out of the equation. Now what we're going to do is we're going to find a square constant that I can add to both sides of the equation. Okay, so in order to get that, I take the opposite of b, which is negative 6 over 2, because it's usually 2 times a, but I've already divided the a out of the picture. So this gives me negative 3. So we have minus 3 here. Okay, so now, for the sake of clarity on here, we're going to go ahead and just rewrite this piece. Even though I've done this, we've done it plenty of times. We should know the tricks through the rest of it now. So we're going to say plus 3x plus 3x plus 9 equals, and then we got negative 13 halves plus 9. Let me move this down here so it's a little easier to read it. Okay, all of that is still within the brackets here. We're not going to touch the 2 again. We're really just going to focus on what's on the inside of the brackets to help us solve. So we have x squared plus 3x plus 3x plus 9. This actually becomes x plus 3 squared. And over here, this 9, well, that's just going to become 18 over 2. We can take 18 minus 13, so that's going to become 5 over 2. And so now we have this piece here that we are set up that we can use to finish solving. So we're going to take the square root. So this gives us x plus 3 is equal to the square root of 5 over the square root of 2. Okay, let's take the denominator and rationalize it. So we end up with x plus 3 is equal to plus or minus. I didn't do that in the beginning here, but we should have done that. Square root of 5 times square root of 2, that's just square root of 10 over 2. Then I'm going to subtract 3. So my two solutions are going to be, move this 3 over, negative 3 plus or minus square root 10 over 2. So we're going to consider two possible solutions. X is equal to negative 3 plus square root 10 over 2. And we're gonna figure out what its decimal value is here in a second. Or x is equal to negative 3 minus square root 10 over 2. It's not or, it's and. Okay, so now let's pull up Desmos. We're going to do some approximation values here so we can see where that's at on the number line. So we have in Desmos, we're going to type, first one is going to be -3 plus square root 10 over 2. And then we also have -3 minus square root of 10 over 2. So we have two possible values that we're going to use. The plus gives us -1 point. Let's just round it to the nearest. Let's go to the nearest tenths on here. So -1.4. So we'll say approximately here instead of equals now. And then or x is approximately -4.6. So we are done with Desmos. Let's go ahead and build our number line now. So we have a number line. We're going to have two numbers. So this one is, so -4.6 is less, or it's going to go -3 minus square root 10 over 2. And then over here we have -3 plus square root 10 over 2. Okay, we have the less than, or we have the greater than symbol. So let's go ahead and give ourselves the open points. And then based on the inequality, or based on the approximation that we have, so we could say this is -4.6, -1.4. Let's give or give ourselves some integers that are between each of these areas. So -4.6, less than that, let's go with -10. Between -4.6 and -1.4, let's go with -2. And then greater than -1.4, we're going to go with 0. Okay. So now let's test some values. So we're going to test -10. Okay, going back to the inequality, we have 2x squared. So 2 times -10 squared plus 12 times -10 plus 13. Is that greater than 0? Okay, well, we get 200 here. So 200 plus, well, this would be -120 plus 13. So I could say, well, 200 minus 120, that's 20 that we're adding. So we're still going to be more than 0, or so that is going to be true. So I know that I'm definitely shading to the left. Okay, then I'm going to test -2. So we're going to run 2 times -2 squared plus 12 times -2 plus 13. Is that greater than 0? Well, I get -2, that is 4 times 2, so that's 8. Then this is -24 plus 13. Okay, well, that's going to be -3. That's not more than 0, so this is false. So we're going to reject the center, the middle region. And then our last test is going to be 0. So we're going to go 2 times 0 squared plus 12 times 0 plus 13. Well, we get 0 plus 0 plus 13. 13 is more than 0, so this is true. So we are going to shade to the right, and it's going to be exclusive. And then the final step, we're going to take the exclusive part here. We're going to write the inequality. It is going to be x is, let's do interval notation this time. So we're going to go from -infinity to -3 minus square root 10 over 2 parentheses, or -3 plus square root 10 over 2 to positive infinity. Alrighty, that ends example B. So I will see you in the final video for example number 2.